Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings and
You're right.
salutations.
He's right. Continue, Trey.
Damn. Welcome to Snack and Flick. It's your boy Trey Proper. She just threw me all off. Just take it. Fuck it. I don't care. It's your boy Trey Proper. Drew's got the snacks. Dragon's got the flick. Well, I did. See, now I'm all discombobulated. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Welcome to Snack and Flick. You know what we're going to do here. We're going to talk about some movies in a particular order and category and get it right down to it. This week, we are talking about none other than the uncanny, the incomparable, the amazing he had a strange middle name, I bet. James Eugene Carrey. He is a Canadian actor, comedian, writer, producer, and artist known for his energetic slapstick performances. Carrey's first gained recognition in the 1990s after landing a reoccurring role on the American sketch comedy show television series In Living Color, if you were not familiar. So we're going to talk about our most hated, we're going to talk about our most favorite, and we're going to talk about some throwback stuff that he's done today. But before we get into that, we do have some ancillary things that we want to talk about because we talk about movies here and what happened at the end of last week. Something that makes me very excited. I'm talking about none other than Black Widow. I'm actually kind of lying because I'm going to save it. Did everybody get a chance?
Spoilers,
we're not going to spoil it. We're not going to spoil it. Don't worry. This ain't the other show. We're not going to do it. You didn't see it, Ro?
I haven't watched it yet, man. I'll be real. It was a busy weekend.
Okay, fair enough. Also,
he figured Airsoft trumped,
You know,
Black Widow, apparently.
Also, my bad, Ro. I'm so used to seeing your face here in other places. I didn't introduce you. For those of you who are not familiar with this gentleman here, the only other bearded gentleman here, I can say that because it actually connects, unlike you two fuckers. This is Ro Nemesis.
Wait. It connects.
You have a
It
goat.
connects. Just very light.
You have a goat, sir.
A full beard.
he's talking about it doesn't connect all the way around. That's what he said.
You gotta connect. Anyway, but none other than Ro Nemesis from the Daywalkers. Go ahead.
Or as I like to call it, the Daywalkers reunion show on Snack and Flick.
Fair enough.
We just wanted to bring a little chaos in. Hence why I had to throw you off at the start. Obviously, I'll throw in some shots of Gadoni here and there.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Dragon's trying to grow a real beard like us men.
You might need some beard struggle. I'm leaving that alone. Anyway, they're not paying us to say that here. Nope. Anyway, so this week, last week, Black Widow came out. Ro didn't see it. Let's go around, the two other ends of the panel. What did you guys think about it? Dragon Chills, please go first.
It was boring. I kind of fell asleep on it. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Marvel fan, but personally, I already figured, what was going to happen with Black Widow. It was, it's a in between to what is going to happen to her, and it didn't interest me. I'm not a fan of how they portray Taskmaster. I feel that this is another one of those villains that Marvel could have did a lot more with, and they kind of let me down. I can't say for everyone, but for me, they let me down.
Okay, fair enough. Drew, what you got?
All right, so I'm not gonna ruin it. I will say this: the first 15 minutes of the film were a little slow for me, and I did fall asleep. But then I woke up into all the action, which was good. It's hard. It's hard to get emotionally attached knowing that Black Widow. I'm not spoiling anything because I'm
4 years in
everybody
at this
here
point.
seen Endgame. To know that Black Widow. Yeah, I know, but I know that that Black Widow is not in the future of the MCU anymore because of the repercussions of Endgame. So kind of hard to get attached to that character, but the overall story, the way they did it and where it's going, I actually enjoyed that. And to your iteration of not liking what they did with Taskmaster doesn't actually mean what happened in the movie is the I can't really say it because I don't want to ruin it for real, so I'm not going to. But you get where I'm going with this, Trey, without having to say what I'm saying.
You're saying a lot, but I'm not quite sure where you're going.
But not. You guys are saying you don't want to ruin it for me, but I have two people that fell asleep at the start of it. That's not ruining it. That's just because I was.
It's not exactly a shining seal of approval of the movie, so.
But no, hey, wait, hold on.
Gotcha.
But let me finish. Overall, with you bringing in characters like David Harbour, what's the chick that was from The Mummy? What's
Rachel
her
Weisz.
real name?
Yeah, it's Rachel
God,
Weisz.
I said
There
it.
you go.
Rachel Weisz. Yeah, bringing in John Harbour and Rachel Weisz, and their banter back and forth was friggin' hilarious. It was just like so funny, and like just David Harbour.
But
does
you're
a
acting like
great
their
job.
banter was throughout the whole movie. They had like maybe 2 scenes with banter, and it's you have to understand.
Yeah, but
for
they
me,
used it effectively.
eh,
They use it effectively.
So-
Hey, how about this? I'll give my review on it. I'll give it large popcorn.
Okay. Even though it put you to sleep.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've gone to it's like watching some of my favorite movies. I fall asleep during the slow shit and wake up
But
when
you miss-
there's action. I mean, you have to admit, like the first 15 minutes of it was kind of slow, and then it picked up right after that.
I disagree. I think that, as most Marvel movies do, they built the story. They told the story. They filled in a lot of blanks as far as Natasha Romanoff's past and history. So but it could be me speaking as a avid comic book fan. I was enthralled. I was thoroughly enjoying it, and they had a lot of aspects of her canonical history. And if you watch the other shows, I'm a bitch about things being canonical.
yes.
So
You like it being canon.
yes.
I get it.
So I thoroughly enjoyed that. I think it was good. It did have moments where it fell through the cracks a little bit and it dropped the ball for me. I think that their banter was amazing. It was very little, but you don't want to overdo it. It's not the Winter Guardian show. Or the Red Guardian show. I'm sorry.
Red Guardian.
So you can't overdo him in that place. So the action sequences I was satisfied with. I watched it at home. I didn't go to the theaters to do it. It is something that I would recommend people go watch it in the theaters. Of course, protect yourself, wear your mask, get some hand sanitizer, and stay 6 feet apart, of course, because until we're done with all this BS. But yeah, I think it's an appetizer for those of us who have been hungry for MCU content. You're not going to get a bunch of superpowers. You're not going to get a whole bunch of, gaudy things happening, but it's going to be entertaining. So for what it is, it's Black Widow, for the love of God. Like, we can't expect Natasha Romanoff to carry a whole movie. The characters that supported her definitely did so. They filled in those roles that we needed them to fill. So
sorry.
Her suit definitely filled out the movie.
Yes, there's plenty of gratuitous ass shots in this movie. That's one of ScarJo's best assets. I'm just saying. But overall, I would give it a medium-sized.
I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you gonna say, Ro?
Speaking of Marvel, Trey, did you hear the bad guys in Doctor Strange 2?
Who the bad guy is?
Yeah.
I did not hear who it is.
Shuma Gorath.
The many-angled ones. That'll be interesting. Because if he gets into the main...
Shuma Gorath, wasn't that an Iron Man?
He's crossed paths with Iron Man before, but he's a mystical...
Well, I just remember from the animated 94 series.
That really doesn't... it was good, but it doesn't really count. In the grand... But he is a mystical character.
Stan Lee voiced the beginning intro to that. You take that back right now.
He did so many other things that are worth my notice.
Drew. Let Trey finish his thought.
Shuma Gorath is a multi-dimensional being. If he sets foot in the main, the MCU, either one. If he sets foot in there, much like Dormammu, nobody can stop him. He's unstoppable. So him being that, you know what? That opens up many possibilities for what we've been dealing with Loki and WandaVision. Holy shit! I gotta make a phone call. Wait a minute.
The nerdgasm that just happened.
It just went off.
I've been waiting for a week to drop that.
Wait, hold on. 1 second. Let me correct myself, and I am very sorry about that. I didn't mean Shuma Gorath. I meant Fing Fang Foom would be who I'm talking about from the 94 series. Shuma Gorath was in Marvel vs. Capcom, which is the little starfish dude and the one eye, right? That's Shuma Gorath. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you did. I got meat in my nose.
Oh, not the meat in the nose. Oh man.
All I can smell is honey and alcohol. Oh,
The
Let
moment.
Let me say this. At least I corrected myself.
yes, you did.
So for all the
Behind my
fans,
eyes.
Trey has an issue with laughing and drinking, and it goes up his nose. So,
It does on a regular basis.
Well, that's great to know for me. Hi, Trey.
Well, that's it for this drink. All right.
Oh man.
The dang it, stop texting me. Distractions. So yes, I'm looking forward to that. But this is not the nerd show. I'm not going to nerd out here. I do appreciate you telling me that. I'm excited, and I've got some theories that are percolating in the mind. So tune into another show on another day for that. But let's get into the main thing. Will you still watch Black Widow, bro?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't turned you off completely of it, right?
No, I'm a Marvel fanatic.
Okay, and for the ladies and gentlemen,
Look, let me be real. If I can sit through the Fantastic Four, I can sit through Black Widow.
yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
Hold on. If you can sit through Green
I
Lantern,
didn't even watch the one with Michael B. Jordan because that was.
I think we all
terrible.
sat through Green Lantern not knowing what we were expecting. I think that was one of the biggest letdowns.
That one.
Just
Yeah, but
as
they
long
fixed
as
that in
they make the
Deadpool,
super
too.
suit green and animated, we're okay.
Did you, Drew? Did you just say they fixed it in? No, no.
Yes, they did.
they fixed something in Deadpool.
Yes, they did. He threw out Ryan Reynolds' face because he thought about doing Green Lantern.
No, that's why he said
but,
he,
hey,
he
on
makes
a
the
side
reference.
note,
He makes the reference. Don't make the super suit green and animated. That was a line from
He does.
Deadpool.
the original
Yes.
Deadpool, yeah. But I was gonna say on a second note, because I don't want Trey to nerd out, but already told him. But Loki has been confirmed for 2 more seasons and going to keep the principal cast, which is good.
Good.
And they're talking about doing an origin story for the alligator Loki.
Oh.
You guys you're really trying to make me go into nerd territory. I'm trying not to do that here.
Why not?
Checking
It is a
because
Why is he king?
you said what?
So why is he king here? I can't ruin it for you guys, but
Okay, checking out the comments on Facebook because nobody's watching on YouTube yet. Facebook, Brittany Payne. All righty then. Ro Nemesis Gaming. Take care now. Bye then. That was you.
bye now.
Dang it, Brittany Payne, Ro Nemesis, and Drew Gravoni are watching with. That's not a comment, Trey. That's my comment. And Brittany Payne, I'm not excited to see Black Widow. What is the matter with you, woman? You're gonna watch Black Widow and you're gonna enjoy it. Anyway. That's all we got for right now. What's up, Brian Jones? Feel free to add yourself in the comments. Talk to us. Let us know. We'll shout you out. Okay, so let's get into our principal character of the week. Not character of the week, but our spotlight person of the week.
You missed something.
What did I miss?
On the film reel, topic 2, Netflix.
Oh, yeah. You guys want me? You're forcing me to watch something scary.
So, what Trey is alluding to not saying.
It's not bad.
Netflix has dropped a 3-part movie series which is called Fear Street. It is based from R.L. Stein's book series, and it takes place as a town that has been cursed by a witch, and every so often, many few years, there's a great massacre that happens. The first one is 1994. Then it's 1978, and the last one is going to be 1666.
1974.
You said what?
It's 94, 74, 66. 94, 74, 16,
Go figure.
66.
Trigger warning while he's drinking.
Now,
Ryan Jones' superhero movies blow.
Oh, hello, Brian. How you doing?
Superhero movies blow.
Ryan Jones.
And
Okay.
Drew, if you looked at the poster, it's 1978. So thank you, appreciate it.
Oh man. So I'll watch the movies I'll get into it.
So
I'll record my reactions.
they're slashers. They're not big on anything else. It's Jason, but not Jason.
Okay. Okay.
Well, no, it's multiple things. It's more than one killer. It's
You're
so
going
this book.
you're
I
going
mean, the
into a lot of
movie.
details.
I'm not going into
No,
any
I'm
detail
fine.
because you don't know what's going to happen.
Let me-
Okay.
There's multiple killers in the movie. It is what it is because there's 3 different movies. I'm not ruining anything because you don't know who the killer is. But Fear Street basically was a book series that R.L. Stine wrote that bridged the gap from basically when we read Goosebumps to our preteen or mid-teen years would be where Fear Street was. So it's more of a, and I'll be honest with you, I am super glad that they pushed for the
Okay.
R rating on these because it really does help the movie.
I was going to say,
The R
because you
rating
kept
really
saying
does.
R.L. Stein. I'm like, all I know him from is Goosebumps, and I don't want to see a PG-13 slasher.
Oh,
So-
no, nowhere near
No.
PG-13.
This is nowhere near a PG-13.
All right.
This is just in your face slasher gore. It's not scary. Some parts of it, some elements. So let's put it this way. And I'm not ruining the movie for you. So in 94, think Scream.
Okay. I actually enjoyed
Okay.
Scream. I thought Scream was.
Okay, so think Scream for 94. Think Friday the 13th and Halloween
Okay.
for the 78. And then obviously we haven't seen 1666 yet because that comes out this Friday. But that one is going to be in the era
Okay.
of Salem
I just
Witch.
so question, and you don't have to reveal anything. If it is revealing too much, let me know. But if you're in a situation where a town has a history of fucking massacres, move like that. What the hell? Why are you still there?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. But again, you have to watch the movie to understand because there's 2 different parts to the town because it's split in half, and the curse only happens.
So
to
it's a
one
group
side
of people that
town.
just sitting on the porch. The Johnson family got murdered today. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, because
That's what you say on. That's what you say on
there's
the
a
other half. That
town-
we just wave.
yeah. Well, no, because they're called Shady Ciders.
Sunny Siders
So
and Shady Siders.
Ciders is one.
Is that like
Yeah.
the next fucking West
Yeah.
Side Story
So
right there?
basically, you have the rich.
What's your
and then you
intent?
have the
You're always a
poor.
jet.
Yeah,
It's
Okay.
you had the nice Beverly Hills Silly,
but-
and then you have 8 Mile.
Oh god damn it! Can I quit
To be
now? Can I
honest-
quit now?
Why you would quit?
To be completely honest with you, what was I going to say? God, the soundtracks for each one of these
Okay.
are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think
Very much so.
if you think 94, the soundtrack, I mean the movie soundtrack literally starts with 9 Inch Nails, I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal. That's literally how the movie starts.
Oh my god, the song name is Closer. Song name.
I know.
Music snob.
I
Tell
knew
me
it.
the first. I'm a music snob.
I know.
So if you're gonna quote Nine Inch Nails, call it the goddamn right name. It's called Closer.
Yeah, I know.
It's cool.
I just did it to piss you off.
All right, checking
Lies.
out the comments again. Rianne Gadoni, my English teacher friend, said the shows have a lot of important people from the Salem witch trials. Okay, campy.
So wait, does that mean that 1668 is going to be pretty much Salem witch trials all over again?
Yes.
That's what it sounds like. Patrice Smith, 78 was predictable. Thank
Yeah.
Jason. Okay, Rianne, awesome soundtrack. Lore, LOL. Trey Proper, be prepared to be mad. Stupid people making stupid choices. Okay, so I have to record my reaction to watching these movies because I'm going to be cursing out the screen 90% of the time. All right, I can already tell that. Okay.
Stupid people making stupid choices. Story of my life, right there.
Dude, preaching to the choir. That's the most horror. That's most horror genre movies. Facts. I
Yeah.
literally get almost thrown out of theaters because if I do watch something like Mama, like the dude taking pictures of the demon lady coming at him in the cabin. Like, why are you taking pictures of her? Why the hell are you even there? You're stupid.
Yeah,
So
it's,
anyway,
it's like get out. Thank you.
I got some time. I'll definitely I'll turn it on. I'll give it a shot. I'll record some reactions and let you guys see if the jump scares get me. Because it's really not the horror. I don't like jumping. I don't like being surprised about shit. I want to punch something in the face when it does it. So that's just how
It's not really jump scare.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's a couple here and there, but it's more just if you're thinking jump scares, like in the '94 movie, it's like Scream jump scares.
The violent shit.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not what you think it is, but they do a good job, and they're really well. Like the first two were really well written, I thought. I mean, yes, there is a lot of stupid choices that are made, but that's every horror movie ever made.
Understatement. Oh God, the understatements in that.
Let's go hide behind the chainsaw.
It's like that Geico commercial.
Yeah.
It's like that Geico commercial. Let's get the running car. No, let's go hide behind the chainsaws.
It's
right.
so aggravating. It's so aggravating. Okay.
Really?
So yeah, we'll definitely get on to it. I'm going to check it out, record some reactions. But gentlemen, let's go ahead and move into our main topics of the evening. We are talking about Jim Carrey. So I will do something a little different this time. I will go first. We of course here at Snack and Flicks we like to talk about our favorites. Sorry, I'm getting some feedback. My bad. We talk about our favorites, our throwbacks, and our most hated. So we're gonna get right into it. My favorite Jim Carrey movie of all time is none other than Me, Myself, and Irene. This movie follows the stylings, not the style. This just follows Jim Carrey's main character. I forgot his name in there, but he ends up having multiple personality disorder or disassociate. I'm not sure of the actual terms, but if you haven't seen it, he's a stand-up guy. He's a Mountie or a state trooper. I'm sorry. Yes. And he's raising his 3 black sons, adopted 3 black sons who are all bigger than me.
and geniuses. Don't forget about that part.
And geniuses. Their dad was a rocket science, but he was also a little person. Which, it's a crazy off the wall movie. But he eats shit sandwiches day in and day out, and eventually his mind just snaps. The scene where he is in the line and the lady is pissing him off, and Jim Carrey is just, I don't know if we got the picture up, but his facial expressions, as always, are amazing. And he is going off. I'd like to call for we need a price check on Vagisil in aisle 3. You got a fallopian fungus.
No, it was Magiclean.
Yeah.
Magiclean.
When the lady is sitting on the bench and she's breastfeeding the kid, and he walks past and takes his glasses off. And he's sucking on the tail. It's like, yo, what? What is going on? It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Gentlemen, have you seen Me, Myself, and Irene?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Yes.
The scene where he wakes up from his subconscious after having a wild night of escapades, and it's like, why is my butt hurt? Oh. When he destroyed the soda machine after he said, "Oh, I got my anger in check. I got my check." Yep. Oh man, yeah. It was an awesome movie. As he said, you had Anthony Anderson in it with the 2 other gentlemen. I'm not sure. One of the and also one of the Eminem twins. What? Yes.
Big dude from what's the movie? Old School? Wasn't the big kid?
He was in Old School. Yeah. He's the one that got yanked off.
The one that got ripped down.
Yes. Oh God, I'd never want to see that ass again in my life. Like
I think my favorite part of that movie, though, is when his neighbor's dog keeps taking a shit on his lawn, and he gets the paper and just goes out there and just takes a shit on his lawn and walks away. Like there, but he walked into the house because his neighbor's wife kept stealing the newspaper from him, and he walks in the house, snatches the newspaper, and then takes the shit in front of the dude, and then they transition into the captain eating soft serve ice cream. I was like,
oh god,
we gotta go check on Buddy. Checking out the comments real quick. Eddie Snyder, what's up, Eddie? How you doing? 1994 was awesome. That's from Rianne. Let's see. Ace Ventura for me from Eddie Snyder. And Brittany Payne, Liar Liar was a funny movie to me. Okay.
On
All right,
YouTube,
so-
on YouTube, we had Cheesy said closer to reiterate what Rose said about the song, and also I'm definitely Regina Hall in scary movies. And why are you going into the closet? Get the hell out the house. Yes. and
I mean,
and the last comment was, why am I peeing like I had sex all night? From me, myself, and Irene. Yes.
you know, that's when they're in the car and he transitions and he has the dildo in his pocket, he lifts up his leg and he just moves it up to show. I was like, yo, what year did that come out? I don't even know if I was old enough to watch that shit. But it was
man.
amazing.
I think
It
it
was-
was
weren't.
94,
You weren't, but
95. I'll give you
I
a double
still love
check
it.
right now.
I still love it.
I'll check it. I got
Okay, so let's move on down the list.
it. Got it, bro. If you got it, get it.
2000. It was 2000.
Okay,
That was
I was old enough. I knew what the hell was going on.
Yep.
So let's move on down the list. Drew, hit me with your favorite.
Oh God, what did I put? I forgot.
How do you forget what you put?
Smoking.
Kidding. Come on now.
about to
My
say.
favorite was the mask.
Okay.
Just messing with you. My favorite was none other than the mask.
Did I put the?
Because, growing up as a kid, the only person that could play the titular character of the mask would have to be Jim Carrey, just based on his facial expressions. Because most of that was just green makeup and him doing facial expressions. Obviously, you knew when the CGI was there, but most of it was all just him literally doing everything on there. It just like, and he actually sang that song, which is crazy. And he did a great job on it. But I mean, just from the PARTY
Because I
to
gotta.
the,
Because I
like, the
gotta.
whole- yeah. Like when he fucking falls out the window and then the guy's like blaring his horn at him, he pulls it out, he's like, squeeze gently. Booga! And the guy just blows his freaking windshield out. And then wait, anybody remember like the alley scene where he's in the back and he's making the freaking
The balloon animals.
know,
Yes.
balloon
I
animals?
just quoted it. I
And he's
just
like, oh, it's a poot. Oh, it's
Didn't he
It
pull
had
out a condom?
it had rabies. We had to
I
put it
mean-
down. We had to put it down.
you had to put it down.
Meanwhile,
Step right up. Step right up. You're bothering me, son. Get out of
Why
here. You're
would he
bothering me.
not come back for a part two?
Like everything about that movie, not to mention that
Hold
was
on.
probably
I
the
can't
best
answer
Cameron
that.
Diaz has ever looked
I-
in my entire
yes,
life.
yes, she did. But I can answer that. Do you really feel it needed a part two?
With Jim Carrey.
No,
With Jim Carrey.
no. Just speaking. How part one ended. Do you really feel like they needed a Son of the Mask?
So, okay.
No. No,
okay, so
they did not.
Me and Denny were talking about this earlier. It's like Dumb and Dumber.
God.
It's more of a fan calling if they do it. They didn't really need a Dumb and Dumber, but they gave it to the fans.
They made 3 of them.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just leave with this. Sometimes fans just need to shut the fuck up. Don't ruin good shit.
So,
All I'm saying. Like, and the sad thing is, in the stupid new Space Jam movie, Jim Carrey's gonna be in there as the fucking Mask, and they're talking about making a sequel to the original Mask. Why?
because
Why?
as good and as awesome and as nostalgic as it makes us feel, the original Mask movie was based on what? A fucking comic book.
Yes.
And inside
Yeah.
of said comic book, the Mask was not all fun and games. He was straight up murdering people.
Yes. Yes.
So, if we make this canonically accurate
They're not going
with
to.
Jim Carrey,
They're not
yo.
going to. They're not going to.
They're not going.
we don't know. They could.
I mean, you would love to see it. You would love to see it,
I
but
would fucking love it. I would revel in it. But
Let's put it this way: the Mask was the original anti-hero
no.
in movie. Yeah, because he was an anti-hero technically.
God, I wish
Because he was
God.
out to have fun for
do you see?
himself.
Do you see Trey's face?
I wish. So
You're
okay,
gonna
I'm
tell
say
me
this
he
thing.
wasn't a form of an anti-hero?
You said no. I'm going by your original statement. You said the original anti-hero.
I
Well,
wish.
no, I mean
wish.
from what I grew up with, 94
Okay.
Godoni,
or
Godoni, I
whatever
love
it
you.
was. Wasn't it in like the 90s?
Godoni, I love you like a brother. I wish I was the mask right now so I could reach my hand through this computer screen and just smack you across the face.
I would look forward to a remake, a redo, a do-over, whatever have you. I wanted to be, more comic accurate, but it doesn't have to be. I think that they could have continued the story along with Stanley Ipkiss, but bring in Jamie Kennedy. That's why you have. I believe that's why people have such a sour taste in their mouth about The Mask, because of the second movie. So I don't know why he wouldn't do a follow up to that. It was his breakout movie. It was his breakout role. Like, shit, do it again.
Right, but the way they wrote that story.
I get that.
But like I said, how they wrote that story, Stanley Ipkiss was done with The Mask. He was cool. He didn't have to do it no more. Audible
question. If you had the powers of The Mask, if you had The Mask in your possession today in 2020, and you in the comments, you can answer as well.
2020?
I'm sorry, 2021. I've been drinking. Leave me alone. Anyway, I had a long day today. So if you had The Mask, and we'll go around the panel, would you keep it or would you discard it? Ro, you go first.
Oh, I would keep it 100%. Don't even let me fool you. I would keep it. Shenanigans, chaos, like, let me be real.
Drew?
It depends on what your secret. It depends on what your secret fantasies are. It might not be shenanigans. It might be rage, and it might be whatever else. Remember.
Okay, fair enough.
Changes.
I'd still keep it though. Godoni would go missing probably.
Eric, go ahead. Let us know what you doing.
You know I'm keeping it.
Okay.
There's no question about it. What shenanigans? You can do whatever you want. Let's go. Let's have some fun.
Eddie Snyder,
what are you doing?
Facebook. Oh, you have to ask.
No,
I am. They're the people that are going to go missing. I'm going to tell you right now. They're not going to go missing. They're going to end up working for me. Charlemagne the God is going to be working for me. I am going to be podcast master of the world. That's what's going to happen. When I speak, everybody's going to hear me talk. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to have superpowers that you didn't even imagine. Eddie Snyder says, definitely keep it. Brittany Payne says, I'm keeping that bitch. Cheesy, catch up. You know you're going to keep it. Anyway, so, I mean, it's an escapism film. It's an escapism film. It's a regular everyday guy, or supplanted with a girl, whatever have you, but a regular person who gets superpowers and throws it in the river so his dog and his best friend go jumping after it. Get the fuck out of here. Now, we're going to keep that shit. Everybody here is going to rule the world. That's just how it's going to be.
Look at YouTube.
But wasn't it The Mask of Loki? Even better. Like, what? Did you see Thor in that movie? I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm good. I'm perfectly fine.
Just confirm, but yeah, I'd keep it. Thanks for asking, though.
I thought
you were the second one.
Nope.
No, you were the second one after Ro. He went to you.
Ro.
I went to Ro first, and then.
Yes,
then
you went to Drew.
Darren.
No, you went to Drew.
Then you skipped me.
You said
No,
what you were
didn't.
going. Okay, Drew.
I said that you have to be careful with it because you don't know what your thing is going to be.
Okay, you did say that.
You don't know if you're going to be angry or not. I didn't say I was going to keep it yet. But
Okay.
yeah, I'd keep it.
But
I'd
you had
probably fucking
you
disappear
had
a few
you
people,
had the
but I'd keep it.
opportunity. You chose not to say it. So you can't argue that we didn't give you your chance. You had your chance.
Okay, guys.
Even still, we are all in agreement here.
Yes.
That we would keep the fucking mask. Okay, so everybody's seen it. Everybody's familiar with it. Let's see. Dragon.
So
did you go already? You didn't go
No,
yet.
no.
Yeah, it's you.
The only person that hasn't gone is me and Ro. So my favorite movie is Liar Liar. We're gonna have some fun with Jim Carrey just being his natural self. No makeup, nothing other than him just being the antics that he is. So if you have not seen this movie, which I know almost everyone in the comments has seen this, it is a movie about a lawyer father who's had a son, and he hasn't really kept up with all the promises he's had. So his son, on his birthday, makes a wish that his father cannot lie for 24 hours.
Oof.
And the shenanigans of a lawyer who cannot lie begins with him sleeping with his boss and waking up and telling her about how he really felt about the sex they had.
Did you enjoy yourself? I've had better.
Oh, and the movie just goes on from there. God, it was fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
This pen is royal.
Royal blue. The pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue. Like, I mean, when we say he couldn't lie, he couldn't even write a lie. That's what it's like. It was just, it was awesome. Between him kicking his own ass in the courtroom, trying to get out of court.
Yeah, he was in the bathroom. Are you okay? I'm kicking my own ass. You mind?
I mean,
when he tells the judge,
Max is in the toilet.
I've heard prostate cancer can, it can increase prostate cancer. I said it, so it has to be true.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the elevator.
Recess!
He's in the elevator with the woman and looks at her breast, and he's trying to cover up, and at the end, he just, mama. I mean,
He's drinking the water. Come on!
you can't.
You know something though? It's some of the best of it was like the outtakes.
Never
So,
seen that.
When the opposite lawyer and he's going back and forth, and she's like, overactor. How did you?
I've never seen outtakes. I had to look that up.
So there is an Easter egg.
You've never seen the outtakes?
I've never seen them.
There is an Easter egg in the movie though.
Really?
After he crashed into the barrier, trying to chase down his son. If you notice in the crowd, you will see Fire Marshal Bill.
Oh wow. Okay. I
Go
gotta
back and watch that. I'll have to go back and look for that. Let me tell you something.
That Carrey Ells was in this.
Oh yeah, who was? Oh god,
Carrey Ells was the stepdad.
Yes, that's right.
Princess
Hold up.
Bride.
The claw.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh, the claw's worst enemy. Sub-zero temperatures. Is there anything else? Yeah, I have about 100 unpaid parking tickets.
Be gentle. Oh man.
Greatest scene of that movie.
Do you know why I pulled you over? He's like, sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Well, let's begin.
Changing lanes without signaling, speeding, and speeding. What the?
He went through a laundry. It was awesome.
The greatest scene that though is when he's in the board of directors meeting, and
goes ham on everyone. Yes.
And then he gets the girl, and he's like,
the main dude, like the CEO is like, just goes off, starts laughing.
Oh yes, Jennifer.
Back.
when he's questioning Jennifer Tilly on the witness stand and goes to her driver's license and says, "Your weight 125, yeah, in your bra." He's badgered a witness. It's his own witness.
Pretty pain in the comments, the elevator scene.
Oh man.
It was me. They're all in the newspapers.
Oh.
That's because you got big jugs.
Hey,
I mean, your boobs are big.
A little bit to the left.
Mama. Yo.
Yeah.
It's a fucking classic movie.
You remember that one, right? When he's walking, he's like, "How's it hanging?"
Shriveling to the left.
Small and to the left.
Here's your raise.
I never got that joke until that movie, and my granddad had to explain it to me at the time. It's like, what the hell? What's hanging, granddad? I was a kid. I didn't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Oh my god.
All right. So, Ro, hit us with yours.
All right, so with mine, I had to go with my personal favorite. Gadoni doesn't agree with me here, but in this one, I think that the sequel is better than the original, and that is Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Okay, just stay in your seat, sir. Just stay in your seat. I will walk off this podcast right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know what he was going to do. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Just because I'm trying to do something. I mean, actually, I take that.
Apparently, I'm not the only one who has this thought. All right, good. I just want to make sure.
So, for those of you who don't know, before the podcast, I threatened to stand up and talk out of my ass like Jim Carrey does in the movie. And I would have done it
Please,
too
God,
if it
no.
wasn't for these meddling kids. So the entire premise of Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls is Ace Ventura gets called to the rainforest to hunt the great white bat, aka Shakaka. And as you can imagine, the shenanigans ensue as soon as the guy, oh god, what was his name? The big guy,
the guy who was on the yes, Bumblebee Tuna. Shut up.
Bumblebee Tuna. Your balls are showing, Bumblebee Tuna. And now a yak.
Hold up.
When they greet you and they like you and they spit in your face.
And he just clears
They
out
really
all
like
his
me.
sinuses. Oh.
Mucus
Hold
is
up.
the mucus that binds us.
Like, oh God.
But the
Oh.
begin. Hold up. So the beginning of the movie, you remember when he was in the monastery and he came out and he pushed the slinky down all the stairs?
Yeah. Oh, it's so close too. Just one more.
Oh, yo. I sung
Wait,
that
wait.
for years.
Oh man, I wish it would work.
Honk, 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 honk. Hi, hi, hi.
Oh my God.
I know Silva. Away. He's in the monster
Classic.
chasing the guy
Oh,
down.
my God.
Gee, mom, no one wants to play with me.
Yes.
So Drew, why don't you agree with him? Why don't you like that one?
Hey, I mean, I didn't say I didn't
Oh,
like the movie. I just don't feel like it's better than the original movie. I think the original movie tops it. It's one of those movies, and okay, hear me out. And I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be very
Please
candid
do.
about this. I love both Ace Ventura movies, but I love the first movie more. Simply for the fact of the matter is they were over the top. They were over the top in one,
Uh-huh.
but then they took that shit and just threw that shit over a fucking skyscraper. And like, don't get me wrong, like one of the best scenes in that was probably when he was coming out of the goddamn rhino.
And
That shit was hilarious.
in the
Easy
com-
to
Rhino
find.
and just
first.
just in the comments, yep.
But my thing is,
All the rhinos giving birth.
So I
feel like the first one, like with Dan Marino and like the whole scene where he's going through trying to find the ring from all these football players. I just felt like that was
Who did he
funny.
chloroform?
But
Who did he chloroform?
I don't know, like there's a lot of quotable shit from 2, but 1 I still think
Oh,
is funnier
man.
than 2.
I wonder if I can
Like,
still do it.
just there was a lot less.
So, because of Jim Carrey's acting in Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, I learned how to do the poke the eyeball thing.
Oh God, don't do it. No. And the laughter dies.
Oh, stop it!
I would
My
have
brother did this to torture me.
I gotta agree with Ro. I have
In
to
my
agree with Ro.
opinion, I don't think it's as good as the first
Mhm.
one, just because I enjoy the first one more than I enjoyed the second one. I'm not saying I didn't like the second one, because of course I can quote the second one like it's going out of style.
Chicago. Oh,
I
you're out
mean,
of here.
just-
Go.
Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead. You gotta talk through him.
But-
You gotta talk through him.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
I'm-
I'm just letting him get it out. But in all honesty, I really think the first one had better.
He's got the things on his
better
fingers while they're doing the
setup,
travel thing.
better- Yeah.
My, what lovely pottery.
I mean,
It's like-
one of the funny scenes though was like when he ends up having sex with the chick, and then the dude, was it Tommy Davis Jr. comes out and he's all hella pissed off. He's like, "She's not a virgin anymore."
They can tell that.
The funniest scene in that is when he goes to the village.
Yes.
Let me guess. White devil, white devil. Oh,
White
I didn't
devil.
know you spoke. No, just not like
Actually,
he
no, you're
Quick.
absolutely wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Ah!
No,
Ah! It's in the bow. It's in
Hold
the
on,
bow.
the funniest scene in that is when he goes to the fucking party at the very beginning with the Monopoly guy and wears him as a
Deny
You
class, go.
must be
Deny
You
class,
cannot, you cannot pass go. You cannot collect $200.
go.
Look at the pacifist. Yes, a pacifist.
Cheesy crowds on YouTube. Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man.
We found Mr. Winky.
Since we found Captain Winky.
Come on.
So
This is the worst case of hemorrhoids I've ever seen in my life.
I'm just, I mean,
Hey,
the first
with
one,
the whole cop department doing this.
the
It was
first,
pretty bad.
the first one was good, but I have to get the second one. I think the second one had a lot more memorable moments to it. The first one was
shooting the spitballs up the guy standing on the thing on one foot. They had to stay up there for a week. Earthquake test.
I mean, the first one was great.
Okay.
It had all the memorable moments, but it also had that seriousness to it. And the second one took away the seriousness and just said, "All right, let's just embrace the shenanigans." That's what it was for me.
That's what made it so good.
Okay.
That's what
All
made it so good.
I'm gonna have to disagree and say I still think the first one's better. I mean, you had the whole beginning scene
intro.
You know,
Go ahead, Drew.
The raccoon.
Oh.
Hugh.
cliffhanger, come on. That shit was so stupid.
Okay, so
That,
If I were you, then you
I
would
think
be
that's
you should
kind of
get
what
to the
lost me was when they spoofed cliffhanger
Yes.
with a fucking raccoon. They lost me because I'm sorry, a raccoon could have climbed up and it would not have broken the fucking strap. I'm sorry, come on.
You are
Because
taking
of
a
movies.
super silly movie and
Yeah.
trying to give it some serious aspects.
But go on, Trey. Go on with the next thing.
all right, so we've talked about things that we've
It's my
loved
brain.
about. We've talked about things here that we've loved about Jim Carrey and his plethora of different movies that he's created. But let's go down the road and see what nobody liked or individuals didn't like. So I'm going to pass that negative energy right on over to you, Drew. Come on, hit us with what you didn't like.
You're such a freaking dick. All right, so disclaimer alert. Yes,
Yes,
I'm
you
going
are.
to catch
I
flack
can't
for what I'm
wait.
about to say. Now, again, I'm going to start by saying I like Jim Carrey in the role. I did not like the movie because it is not the best written movie. The Grinch. However,
What the?
The Grinch, Jim Carrey did a fantastic job as the Grinch because of his facial expressions.
I just
But
hate it
I would
because
still
I'm
prefer
bored.
to watch the original. You get what I'm saying? I'd still prefer to watch the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Mhm.
The
I
cartoon.
love the original. I love the
just
original.
think it was a little
Let him
over the
finish, let him
top to
finish,
have
let
a
him finish.
fucking an hour and it was a little over the top to have an hour and 45 minute of this. I mean, Jim Carrey again, fantastic job. Story not the greatest because it just felt like they were trying too hard. I thought Jim Carrey did a fantastic job in it. I like Jim Carrey as the Grinch, but the movie for me, I don't have to sit down and watch it every Christmas. It's not like my staple. It's not like A Christmas Story or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or the original,
Or Die Hard.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm not
Die
even
Hard,
going to
yes.
say that the Benedict Cumberbatch version of the Grinch was any better because it really wasn't. That one was just okay. So I am just stating as a movie as a whole, not my favorite Jim Carrey movie.
That's his
I like Jim Carrey in the role, not my
that's
favorite
his
movie.
disclaimer for you guys not to cancel him.
So don't worry, guys. If that wasn't bad enough, spoiler alert, I've been waiting for this entire time. This entire time for the before and after pictures to send to Trey.
Oh god.
So with that being said, Darren, please load up the before picture I was sent you earlier. And we're gonna go into the little thing I like to call Cindy Lou Who, as you can remember her from The Grinch. Cute little innocent Cindy Lou Who.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she
So,
ain't innocent no
wait.
more.
Wait.
There you are.
There you go, Trey.
And now the afters.
Okay, so if you follow me on TikTok, Blind React Request. Oh, she's a dope. God damn. Yo, that's Cindy. Get the fuck out of here.
That's Cindy Lou.
Yep.
We got a show to do. We got to save
For the she's
save
grown.
photo.
Save
Later.
Trey's gonna need about 5-10 minutes to compose himself.
Cindy Lou has made it to Trey's white girl list. Okay. All right.
All
Cool.
right.
And for those of you who don't
Cindy
know,
Lou.
for those of you who don't know, she is now the lead singer of a band called The Pretty Reckless. They are a more of a hard rock band.
Okay.
The
Just softer than in
Pretty-
this moment.
Reckless.
Oh yeah, you'll like their music videos too, Trey.
Oh yeah, he's gonna
Absolutely.
wreck. It's gonna be some wreck. Something.
There we go.
It's bondage and leather. Right up your
reaction
alley.
video.
That's another show.
You don't
That's
like
another
writing
show.
in tight
That's another
leather
show.
pants?
That's
Come on.
another
Yeah,
show.
that's a whole nother show.
Geekazoid on Sunday nights.
At
Enough about
8:30
my-
Eastern, 5:30
Yes.
Pacific.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Does anybody have any objections to his disdain for the Grinch?
I feel this one
Now,
better.
again,
But-
you heard what I said. I didn't say I hated
Mhm.
Jim Carrey. I just said that the movie was a little, not the best.
It's Jim
I-
So
I'm
Carrey.
just-
don't
Mhm.
hate me for it.
I don't hate you for it. I just think
the
there's
simple fact of the movie that Jim Carrey was good. The movie
Go
was
ahead,
not
bro.
the greatest.
so I love all of Jim Carrey's. There's not one that I do not like. There's some that I would rather watch than others. There's not one that I've never said, "Oh my god, I'm never watching this again." Number 23, fantastic movie. Mr. Popper's Penguins, terrible, but I loved it. There's so many on there, but you had to pick Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber. There's so many. There's so many, and you had to pick that one. That's
Even as stupid as Dumb and Dumber was, it was a fan service movie. So I mean, you still got to go with it. I mean, it is what it is. Were the jokes the same jokes that they were when we were kids? No, but did they still hit the nostalgia factor for you? Yes.
The
I
Grinch
can't
not hitting
give it to
the-
Dumb and Dumber. Again, Jesus Christ, how many times do I gotta say it? Jim Carrey is the Grinch.
Mhm.
Phenomenal. The movie itself.
We
Not
hear
the
you.
greatest.
Nobody's
Yeah.
saying nobody's saying. We hear what you're saying. So just wanted to have the conversation based on your statements about the movie. So we all know that we know why the movie was made. It's a cash grab. It's a reason to make money. Christmas movies sell out incessantly, and if they're actually good, they're going to live on in infamy. So I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, speaking of living on infamy, Mariah Carey made one song that literally pays her for the whole year. Yes.
There's literally a meme of people like, "Oh my God, get off my house, you crazy bitch!" Like that.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Oh Jesus!
Yes.
Everybody knows a Christmas story. We need to do Christmas in July.
enormous.
Merry Christmas.
We need to do Christmas in July next week. That's what we do. Our favorite Christmas movies.
So, but that's my point. So, if I'm looking at my top 5 favorite Christmas movies, I've got to throw The Grinch in there. I just do.
But is it the classic Grinch or is it Jim Carrey's Grinch?
Jim Carrey's. I love the classic.
So over the
I
classic?
love the old school. I love the old school. But I
I
love
cannot
the way
agree
that
with
Jim
you on
Carrey
that.
did it. To me, it made it
Okay.
the amount adult jokes humor.
Motherfucker. God damn it. You're listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying Jim Carrey did the Grinch great.
Hear exactly
I
what you're
understand. I
saying.
agree
Nobody-
with you wholeheartedly. The movie as a whole, not the greatest fucking movie.
Gadoni,
God
we hear
damn it.
you.
Nobody,
Gadoni, we hear you. Jesus Christ. You are white girl wasted.
I'm not.
not white girl wasted.
I don't have to be fucking drunk to tell you that the Grinch is not the greatest fucking
All right,
movie
guys,
ever
hold on.
fucking made.
Check in the
Jesus
comments
Christ.
real
Here's the
quick.
beautiful part about the opinions, Gadoni. It's my opinion. My opinion. That's
Your
gonna sort
opinion is fucking wrong. God,
Check out the comments on YouTube. We got Cheesy Fries.
God damn it.
I appreciate Cheesy Fries for sticking in there on YouTube, keeping hope alive. We want to get more people over there to watch us on YouTube because that's how we can actually make money. But anyway, Cheesy Fries. That's the one from from the first Ace. Oh yeah, from Finkel's Einhorn. She said, "Your gun. Oh shit, your gun is in my hip." Shoves 15 sticks of gum in his mouth. Favorite
Bleaches him,
scene.
sets fire to the clothes.
She says her favorite scene in The Grinch is him going through his day planner. What do you say? Solve word hunger.
Dinner with myself? I can't cancel that again.
Not that again. Like, yeah, I mean, I think that as far as The Grinch is concerned, I think that the Grinch, the Jim Carrey Grinch was good. I think Jim Carrey, he improved the original. I think we had an extended version. Of course, we got to see a little bit in-depth history with the Grinch. We don't take it too seriously. But I'm going to be partial to the original. Like when I sit down with my kid and like just watch Christmas movies, the original goes on first, and then the second one gets played. That's how it happens in my house.
Exactly. Like the classic is the classic. You can't ever say that the Grinch with Jim Carrey is better than the original Grinch because that's what we grew up on.
Just fucking did.
I'm sorry.
It's an opinion. It is opinion. Go ahead, Dragon.
No,
Yeah,
I was
opinion,
going to.
but sure,
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
agree with Ro. You know, I prefer Jim Carrey over the original.
Okay. We're split down the
Yeah.
middle. That's totally
The
fair.
humor-
That's
the
totally fair.
humor in it was just on
It's-
point.
It's more entertaining. I'm sorry. I mean, we know the story, the old classic one, but the Jim Carrey version, it was more entertaining.
The Who pudding tasting. This isn't Who pudding. What is it? Somebody said something about a.
Oh God. Let's put a nail in it. Cheesy Fry says it. So just say you prefer the 15-minute Dr. Seuss read aloud with Chuck Jones animation and let it go. I agree with that. But so moving on. All right.
30, but yeah. Get it.
I mean, so let's move on to another dislike. Darren, hit me up with what you disliked.
I know I'm going to get flack for this as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I-
See how you fucking like
Oh,
it.
I already know. I set myself up for this one. When it comes to Jim Carrey movies, I really enjoy most of them, but there's certain ones that don't hit well. And for me, it was The Truman Show.
I was going to say,
Oh,
come on. Oh, wow. Wow. Our first walk-off. Okay.
So
It was the special
Well,
guest.
Rose
Rose done with
Garden.
this podcast.
So I mean, Jim Carrey does a great
I
role.
lost my headset.
Jim Carrey does a
Hilarious.
great time in this movie, but the story of the movie to me it's not likable. Just like Ed TV, I don't believe in movie. There's never gonna be a time where somebody's gonna say, hey, let's film this person from birth to whenever, and people are gonna watch it. No.
Challenge accepted.
Kardashians?
Huh?
The Kardashians?
And
Who aren't
exactly.
even pop. They're
Hold on,
popular
hold on.
enough to be popular.
Hold on.
Come on.
And all that is staged. You're talking about
We as a society.
you're
Wait,
talking about
wait.
you're talking about a genuine
And
person's life.
everything in the Truman Show was staged.
So here's what I'll say about that. I personally, I disagree. I did enjoy the movie. I don't hate it. But look around us now. They're giving examples of it of what they're saying now with the Kardashians, whatever have you, Love Island,
Reality TV.
reality TV. We are living in that situation now. We are probably 5 years away from somebody literally watching a child be conceived and grown up day by day on national television. If hypothetically speaking, if Jay-Z and Beyonce had another kid and they wanted to make another $10 billion, they could literally put this child up and make every aspect of this child's life pay-per-view. And people
To
would
be honest,
buy that.
Yep.
To be honest, I'm surprised that Kanye hasn't done that with their baby yet.
And I'll go back
That's
to
because they're not
say
that popular.
I don't like reality TV as is now. So
I
that
agree.
doesn't make the point any better.
I mean,
I don't like that kind of stuff. That's just personally my own opinion. I don't like reality TV. So when it came to the Truman Show, the whole idea of literally watching this person's whole life is like, no. Why am I watching his life when I need to go live my own life?
I agree. I mean, it's
How about we say this? The Truman Show isn't for everybody.
it's definitely not.
Yeah,
It's definitely not.
never said
Yeah,
that it wasn't a
but
good
again,
movie. I just said
I just-
personally not on my list.
So and I can respect that. Here's the problem I have with a lot of people talking about Jim Carrey in more serious roles. This is the same flack that Adam Sandler caught for Reign Over Me. and that is it's not a comedy role. I would have never counted.
That's what,
Yeah, because I
everybody
can't think
knows
of one. Usually he's a very quotable individual. I can't think of besides what is his sign off, goodbye, good morning, whatever it was.
It's good evening, good
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 morning,
morning,
good
good afternoon,
good
good
night.
evening, good night. There you
Exactly. So I can't even think of any other quotables from that movie. So it's definitely not one of his strongest films. But I wouldn't even put it in contention. So
I don't think it's one of his worst. That's and maybe I'm the Guidoni of the Jim Carrey movies. Like, let me be real. Like, I love him. I love him.
you are
Fuck.
not going to verb that. Yeah, I mean, you don't do that.
go make him a
Don't-
verb.
don't- hey, wait, how about this? Don't do it on my show, please. God, don't do that.
Okay, so Guidoni, I love actually being on your show. I love talking about movies, and so thank you for having me. Again, for those of you who don't know, who haven't
moment.
for those of you who don't know, I pick on Guidoni out of love, and if anyone else were to pick on him, they'd have to go through me first.
Put him up.
Exactly. Like,
Put 'em up.
so thank you for
You
having
know,
me.
here,
Derek.
I just want to say one thing. So, to Rose's point about comedians that do serious roles, just kind of like similar to Robin Williams, who was a great comedian, and he did some crazy ass, serious, crazy roles. Like, go watch a movie by Robin Williams called
Oh.
1 Hour Photo.
Oh,
That
yes.
movie was fucking rough, bro.
Yes,
That movie
it was.
What is the movie? The movie that I can't even remember the name of it, but it makes me boohoo. I know it's not hard for me to boohoo cry at movies. We know.
Jack. Are you talking about Jack?
the one with his
The one with his
where
wife,
he-
where he has to go to hell to save her,
Yeah,
and she forgets
That's,
he forgets who she is. Oh,
bro, you got the internet right there. Look it
not
up.
Spotless.
I can't remember the name.
No,
of it.
not Spotless.
Something color.
I
saw it.
forgot, but they're soulmates, and he has to go to because she commits suicide. Like that movie.
Yes.
Oh, I boohoo.
I'm just
I
saying,
boohoo.
and to add to that,
Are you talking
I'm
about
live,
Dreams
I'm
May
live,
Come?
I'm live. Yes, When Dreams May Come.
You know,
That movie is
yeah, what
yes.
dreams may come.
Here's a Robin
But
Williams movie that
I'm
everyone forgets
gonna
about.
sidebar that.
Popeye.
What?
Bicentennial.
Popeye
Man.
was a great.
Yes,
Robin.
Bicentennial Man. Oh my God.
Yes.
But here, wait.
Hold on, we're talking about Jim Carrey though.
Let's
Jim Carrey.
sidebar that.
I'm
and
sorry.
we will
My
do
bad.
a-
It's
we
all right.
will do we're gonna sidebar that. We're gonna do a
We need to.
Robin
We need
Williams.
to.
I want to be there for that
We
one
were
too.
gonna do a Robin Williams.
I want to.
Jesus
I wanna
Christ.
be there for that one.
Next week has to be Christmas in July.
I'll be there for that
Okay,
one too. If
fine.
the fans want me back, I'll be back.
Put a one in the chat if you want Ro to come back. We're just starting. We're just starting shit at
He
this
said,
point.
"Fuck you."
we already,
Oh,
we
Candace,
already
how you doing?
Rose already put up the one.
Okay, so we've touched on the Truman Show.
Votes can't be self-emulated. Sorry, buddy. You're
I'll just let him move in. So
Snack,
we touched on the
Snack and
Truman
Flick said
Show.
one.
I'm back. I'm back. That's what it is. Snack and Flick said yes. I'm coming back. I'm going to Disneyland.
All right, so since you're back, Ro, hit us with your most hated.
Was actually Mr. Popper's Penguins. Oh
Why
god,
did you hate that? It was a kiddie movie. Come
it was
on. Why did you hate
adorable. It was again. I can't say hate. I can't say hate.
that? Okay,
I like all of them.
it's just
to
our
me-
format.
To me, it was childish. It was adorable, but it just was not one of those ones that when I'm looking at my Jim Carrey collection of movies.
Easy Fry says 5. She don't
No,
want you back.
she said 0.5. She says halfway point.
Oh, damn.
So, thank you, Cheesy. I appreciate the half a point. Just know they make a little blue pill to help that get up.
That is for another show on
For another
Sundays,
show on Sundays.
8:30.
Hey, we get sponsored by Blue Chew. I'm just trying to tell you, I'll be the poster boy for that shit. I don't care. It's a sponsorship. It's a sponsorship. I'll take it. I will
Yes.
take it.
Yes.
So- No, and so Mr. Popper's Penguins is about this businessman that inherits these 6 penguins. The world goes awry, and it's a cute, adorable film. I just, in my opinion, like I said, when I look at the Jim Carrey collection of stuff from him that I watch, and I watch lots of Jim Carrey movies regularly. Like he's just he's always been one of my favorite actors.
Yes.
Primarily because a little backstory on Roe is big in the mental health community.
Okay.
I love supporting it. I love being a part of it. I love always giving those to help to those who need it mentally. I have my own issues. I have my stuff that I deal with. But I found out that Jim Carrey, when I was younger, Jim Carrey has bipolar disorder. And he is one of those people that I think that if you have it, you should look to this man as kind of a guidance of what your life can still be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the antics on how he acts, and just I wish I had the monologue still of where he has a monologue of what he read to a college one point in time, and it's some of the most beautiful words you could ever hear. But then again, like I said,
the monologue.
But then again,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like where he's like, he basically goes into a monologue, says, "Hey, you know, don't ever let people tell you what to do. You know, follow your heart, follow your dreams," and goes on and so forth. And he just basically says, if you let people tell you what to do, then you're just not living. You gotta live by love and your heart and everything. It was a really good speech.
Second. Thank you, Eddie, for coming through. You know, I understand you gotta leave. Yes, please do come back and watch future episodes. Thank you. Sheesh.
Eddie, we love you. Can I get a 1 before you leave?
He gave you a 1. He said bring him back.
He said -1. Sorry.
No, Eddie said bring him back. So
Jim Carrey to me he was an idyllic person, but when it comes to his movies, Mr. Popper's Penguins just does not go up there with. Even when I'm in my like most downward state, like it's like always going to be the Liars, The Mask, Cable Guy. I can list 100. Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. Number 23 is up there.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
There's
yeah.
So, but Mr. Popper's, it's something to enjoy as a, you know, it was whimsical, it was childish, and it was cute.
I did not watch it. That's the one Jim Carrey movie I have not seen.
I got kids, so you know.
I think I've seen it, and I think I'm pretty much right where Roe is. I like it, but it's just if it's on, sure, but I'm not going to go out of my way to put it in my Blu-ray player or put it on my Netflix or anything like that. It's a take it or leave it Jim Carrey movie for me. Like I said, it's kind of like certain horror movies. If I see them on TV, I'll stop and watch it.
Side note, Cheesy Fries on YouTube says, have you seen his artwork? It is so revealing. He literally bears his soul in his pieces.
Exactly.
I have not. That's interesting.
No, yeah, go. So Trey, if you haven't, go delve into Jim Carrey's non-comedic life, and you will find out that this man is gorgeous. He is troubled. He is, you know, he is everything that you'd want out of a celebrity, in my opinion. He is somebody.
He's gorgeous. Trey, gorgeous.
That's not what I was going to harp on. I don't need any more emotional baggage in my life. I'm emotional enough.
You don't need
I'll
it's
check
not baggage.
it out.
It's inspiration.
But if I see a painting that makes me boohoo, I'm coming to fight you. Like I'm.
It's mainly a lot of it is political.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I'll check it out. Thanks, JC. I'll definitely check that out. So, any other mentions about that? Because I didn't watch it. I didn't watch Popper's Penguins.
Nah.
Darren,
you watch it?
Yes. It's a kids movie. I have a lot of kids, so yes, I've watched it.
And what do you think? Take it or leave it?
It's a cute kids movie. It's not like, oh man, I gotta go find Popper's Penguins, but you know, if it
was on in an airplane, you wouldn't complain.
Yeah, it's something you can watch because Jim Carrey's in it.
Okay. All right, so I guess I'm going last. Because you are driving the show, dumbass. I'm going last. My most hated, and I use it kind of loosely because it ties into another fandom that I'm in very strongly. Man on the Moon, his biopic of Andy Kaufman, where he played Andy Kaufman to a T, and he enacted that man in every which way. I guess in the time that I watched it, it wasn't really. It spoke to me because it explained some. I'm a wrestling fan as well, and all my other fandoms. But this is somebody who Jerry the King Lawler smacked the shit out of on national television, and I was a kid, and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." And then I found out about his comedic work and all the other stuff. No, that's just, no, wrong person. But finding out about Andy Kaufman. So watching this, it kind of bored me. Not gonna lie, especially learning how the end of his life went and the whole holistic thing. I mean, I don't know. It didn't really stand out as his most powerful role to me. So, did you guys watch Man on the Moon?
Yes. And it was, I mean, him as Andy Kaufman, yes, he nailed that man to a T. And he actually, it's just like when he played like the Grinch or any roles like that, he actually stayed in character the whole time during filming. He never broke character. And like, I'm not gonna deny Jim Carrey's acting chops, because Jim Carrey has massive acting chops, and to be able to do what he did with Andy Kaufman, it was a phenomenal job. And the movie is not the most exciting movie to watch, but again, it's one of those movies, if it's on, I'll watch, because I mean, there are funny scenes in it, obviously, because Andy Kaufman was a fucking comedic genius, and Jim Carrey just played the genius even more because it was Jim Carrey enacting the role. So in all honesty, yeah, probably not one of my most loved Jim Carrey movies, but because it's not really a Jim Carrey movie, it's Jim Carrey playing Andy Kaufman, so it was he did a phenomenal job playing the actor.
Anybody?
Of Andy Kaufman. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Did not watch it.
Oh, go watch it. At least give it a watch. It's worth at least one.
You gotta at least watch it once in your life.
It's worth a watch.
No, I'm serious. You definitely gotta watch it once.
So, backstory in me, I didn't watch a lot of old movies. My family didn't watch a lot of old movies, so it's not something that interests me. It's just,
and that's totally fair. That's totally fair. I feel like I just brought everything down to a screeching halt when I said that. So I'm changing my hated to what was it when he was whenever he played the Riddler. That shit pisses me off to this day.
Batman.
Batman Forever.
Oh, okay. Let's just be real though. He was a great Riddler. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of a big black man?
Really? I think he would have been a way.
Hold up.
What are you gonna say?
For that movie,
Joker is who he should have played.
So for that movie, is there anything other than Jim Carrey is the only one that sold that movie?
No.
Here's a side note. Hey, wait. Side note.
Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face.
Obviously, everybody knows Tommy Lee Jones. Everybody knows Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face in that, correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember in the scene where he's in between and he has the white chick, or he has the girl in black and the girl in white? We all know that the girl in white was Drew Barrymore, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Drew
Barrymore was in that movie.
You've disturbed my peace.
Just like if you ever want to go watch a great one of female stars when they're younger, go watch Leon the Professional. Natalie Portman as an 8-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah. That's still one of my
I thought he was about to bust out E.T. I was like, really, bro? Really?
Oh, no.
Oh, but anyway. All right. So we've talked about the things we've hated here. Let's talk about some throwbacks. Let's get back into the fun swing of things.
Audible question for you, Trey, real quick.
Okay.
What do you think about Malachi Black joining AEW? I have to give him off topic just a little bit.
He gets to unleash his full fucking potential, and it's going to be amazing. And we're going to have... See? We are talking about movies here, sir, not wrestling. I didn't get to see the debut, but because I've been running around, but I'm excited. I don't know who else has been jumped over to AEW, but yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Is Malachi Black, Alistair Black, is that who that is?
So, any other audibles that are going to derail me from my train of thought? Throwbacks. I'll go first because I went last and I don't want to talk anymore. All right, my throwback is none other than the Cable Guy. I loved this movie. It was almost my favorite. If he never made Me, Myself, and Irene, the Cable Guy would have been my favorite. He is a interesting character there. Basically, he's a stalker. He's a guy who grew up watching TV and didn't have any friends, and he becomes a cable guy. He's not even a cable guy. He's just a crazy individual who wants friends. And as a lonely little kid, I kind of associated with that. I'm not gonna lie. But he goes above and beyond to inject himself into not John Cusack, Matthew Broderick's life, and he totally fucks it up. Like, it's just memorable moments with him quoting Spock in the ring. I'm sorry, Jim. If I don't defeat you, they will kill us both.
You're
so
talking
you have to die.
not the ring, but medieval times.
Medieval times. Like, yeah, he
Yes.
paid them off to let them get in the ring and actually have a medieval fight. It's amazing. So, did you guys?
He's going.
Yes. Jim Carrey is an idiot. So, I'm pretty sure you have, but I gotta ask the question: did you guys enjoy and watch The Cable Guy?
Jim Carrey, Cable Guy is the reason why I went to medieval times. After seeing it, I was like, I gotta go at some point in time in my life, and I went.
Fair enough.
Absolutely. Drew? No, I'm coming.
I did see it, and I could have swore at one point though he was a cable guy, right? In the movie, he just got fired, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
he also had
He was
different
actually a cable guy.
He just kept the knowledge. Like,
Um,
technically, I could still crack open your cell phone.
it was just like the whole scene where he's doing like the karaoke and he's doing, "Oh, you want somebody to love." Come on, like all that. I mean, and then he wakes up and he was like, "Oh, I checked her out."
I don't have friends like that.
And he's like getting banged by the chick while you bust in the room taking pictures of them having sex. And then he wakes up in the morning and he's making him mad. He's like, "Oh, how was she last night?" "Oh yeah, no. Oh, she was super clean. I know because I tested her out before you."
Another thing I didn't pick up on as a kid until I got older. Like, wait, what's that? What's a prostitute, Granddad?
Hey, Trey.
Yeah.
Check Facebook.
Chase, what's up? For once, we agree on our thing. Cable Guy was my favorite. Yes, we agree on something. Finally, I'll say this: it is a testament to you better be nice to your service workers, or we will fuck up your life. How about that, bro?
So I loved it, but the reason why I probably loved it as much as I did was when I watched it, CD players were just coming out, and as everyone knows, I'm a music snob and a music guy, and that album was the first soundtrack I ever bought from a movie.
Wow.
And I love the soundtrack. It's got Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains, Silverchair, Primitive Radio Gods, Porno for Pyros, Jefferson Airplane, Filter, White Zombie, like the entire Lenny Kravitz, like the entire soundtrack was amazing.
American Woman.
Exactly.
Yes.
You just
so comments there. Check Facebook again. There, Trey.
Chase, my favorite scene is when he was running down the hallway making faces in the peepholes, in front of the peepholes. Yes. At the end, when they're fighting on the satellite dish, and he slides down, he's just like, he looks like he's having the time of his fucking life making this movie.
Yeah.
That's how I envision the Cable Guy. Him on the satellite dish, coming after him on his belly, sliding down the satellite dish. That is just amazing to me. Cheesy Fries on YouTube when he sings Jefferson Airplane at the party. Yes, it's all lousy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. Who wants to go first? All right, so I guess I'll be picking again. Okay, go ahead.
Not me.
I'll go. I'll go. Jesus, I'll go. My throwback, just because it was very, very young Jim Carrey, or as I like to say, James Carrey, because that's how he was introduced in the film. Once Bitten, it's a movie about vampires, But Jim Carrey is basically a frustrated virgin, and his girlfriend doesn't want to have sex. And he's basically the only virgin in the area for the lady vampire to try and gain her life back and not be old. And so she ends up going after Jim Carrey and trying to, draw his blood to keep her fresh. And then the girlfriend ends up wanting to sleep with him, and then they end up having sex, and it just ruins the vampire's plans. But it was a good throwback. If you've never seen it, go watch it. I didn't ruin anything. I mean, yeah, you know what happens, but it was just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey when he was very young. And it's a good throwback. Like, definitely a good throwback. Probably, if I had to put this up there, I'd probably like my top 10 Jim Carrey.
Oh wow,
it'd probably be about 8 or 9, but it's up.
So
there.
I'll say this: it is a good, if you want to chill at home and you want to look at a romantic comedy and you have a penchant for vampires, I would recommend this one. It's one of my classic favorites. I do enjoy this one. It's a little campy. He doesn't do the overreactions. He's trying to be a legit actor at this point. So he's straight James Eugene Carrey. That's who he is in this film. Yeah. So it has a couple of laughs. But yeah, I recommend if you want to have a good date night and you doing some Netflix. Well, it's not on Netflix, but the Netflix and chill, the Netflix portion of things. You watch this, and if you're bummed up and everything, hot boy, hot girl summer, whatever, watch this movie. It's worth it.
Some things might be unbuttoned after that.
Oh yeah, you'll be once bitten. All right, so
you'll be spitting some buttons. I'll tell you.
Did you guys see it?
Oh yeah, it's classic.
Darren, you didn't see it.
I told you, my family didn't.
I know, but this is one of those you need to watch.
If I don't know about it,
if I don't in the comments, Royal, make your husband watch the movie.
If I don't know about it, how am I going to watch it?
Well, you know now. So now you got some homework. You gave me homework. You got homework.
I'm just gonna make a point here. Second time we've brought this movie up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is.
Because remember, Brian Jones brought this up as a throwback on his episode.
Yes. It's I did thoroughly enjoy it. I would watch it again.
There's nothing not funny about the movie. Like everything, like even his transformation, his slow transformation into becoming a vampire, like everything about it is hilarious. Like he does do, like when he's doing that, he does do some over the top, but not as much as he did older in his life.
Give it a shot, Darren. Watch the movie.
Never said I won't. Just
watch
said.
The movie. All right.
Snack Flick says facts.
All right, Ro.
No, I'll go.
No, it's Darren. I'm going last for this one.
Yes, I'll let him go last because. All right, so my throwback movie is not going to be the typical Jim Carrey movie. It's going to be the number 23.
That is fantastic.
It is a great suspenseful movie. Jim Carrey played this role phenomenally. I mean, you could really believe him and all the things that he went through, all the emotions that he went through. So he plays a guy who, I don't know the best way to explain. He's gone through like. He's two different people in this movie, and I don't want to get too much into details, but essentially he finds his book as a nice guy, and he reads his book, and the number 23 clicks in it, and then it adopts to his whole life that everything relates to number 23, and it goes down to a dark path of his past. So if you want to see Jim Carrey actually in a serious role, no gimmicks, just him seriously showing you what he can do. It's a great movie to go watch. Anyone got anything? Any comments about it?
No, it's Jim Carrey. It's just basically the opposite of Jim Carrey. It's not it's Jim Carrey playing somebody else because it's not his typical role. But I enjoyed it. His delve into basically schizophrenia is basically what it is. And his sanity breaking in that movie was insane. Like it was really good. I enjoyed that movie. Ro?
Oh, I loved it.
Just gonna sit there and nod. Jesus Christ. Uh-huh.
Are you
Yeah, uh-huh.
are you playing a game right now? Is that what you were doing?
Nope.
I'm gonna go to your stream right now.
I'm not playing any games.
Don't we have a phrase for that?
No.
No.
We
No.
don't. We don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't, my good sir. You do not do that.
I have my beer in my hand. I'm just listening.
You're good.
I kind of zoned out for a minute. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been a long day. It was a long day at work. I do apologize, guys.
What's great?
Normally, yeah, no.
Hey. This was full. I'm just telling you. There's nothing in there now.
So, Drew, would you like to tell the fans what you were drinking on today?
Oh yeah.
Squirting vodka. It's good stuff.
Yep. Squirting vodka. That's what Drew's drinking on.
You know that's an actual drink.
Oh, we know
right?
it's a drink.
We know it's a
We
drink.
know it's a drink.
Grapefruit
Yep.
vodka
We
is
know.
an actual-
I'm aware of what.
Flavor saver.
I know a little bit about the squirting and drink. I'm aware. I'm very up. You know what I'm saying?
what I'm saying is grapefruit and vodka is an actual real drink. There's an actual name for the drink. I just don't know it.
We know. It's just double entendres. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody go watch 23 if you want to see Jim Carrey. I'm sorry.
Fun fact. I'm sure if you go to Squirt, you can find a variation of 23 in there.
Go watch 23 if you want to see Jim Carrey. All right, Jim Carrey in a very outstanding role where he performed amazingly. He stepped outside of his box, and I applaud. I'm surprised that the man does not have. Does he have an Oscar yet? Has he won anything yet?
I think he has.
I thought he won one.
I think he got some for Truman Show. Truman Show and
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
You know,
I think he won one for the Truman Show, and I think he won one for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That movie made me boohoo. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Now I remember why it made me boohoo.
He has not won a Oscar.
Academy Award. Wow.
I'm thoroughly surprised.
He's won a Golden Globe, but not
okay.
Not an Oscar.
The man needs an Oscar. The man has been a staple. He is a generational staple for us, and just millennials in general. Like, I think he deserves it.
We're not going to talk about the awards and how some people deserve things that they've never got.
Yeah. I mean, it took Leo 10 years.
There's a long list of people who deserved awards who've never received any.
I'm just glad Heath Ledger got his for the Joker.
Even though he's not alive. I mean,
but I mean, you can't tell me he didn't do a fantastic job.
Hell no, I would never say. Bite your tongue. No, but I mean, I think I don't know if comic book movies tangent. I don't know if comic book movies are worthy of Academy Awards as of yet. I don't know.
I think Logan won some. I think Logan won some.
Worthy.
Yeah.
Didn't say they didn't get him.
Logan was worthy of it.
Really? Okay.
I cried so hard in Logan.
In Logan?
Yeah. We'll talk after the show because I won't spoil it on camera. But I cried hard in that one.
Yeah, I've seen Logan. I definitely watched Logan.
I don't know if our viewers have or haven't.
If you haven't watched Logan yet and you're a friend, you're following it, no, I'm not going to say that. Anyway,
Patrice Smith said on Facebook, I was done after they snubbed Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even gonna lie. I completely forgot that he played Jackie Robinson
after they made the whole show about him. Yes. So yes, they made the whole show about him, and they didn't even give him a single award. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna save my thought processes for a later date. Yeah. But I just don't know if comic book movies are. I don't think that they should be in those categories. I think they're a different type of entertainment. But that's just me. But moving right along.
Come on. I was gonna say, Ro, come on and end off the show for us.
Okay.
Yes.
So for those of our fans that have stayed till the end, when we're talking throwback Jim Carrey, James Carrey, all I have to say is, let me tell you something. And I have to go with Fire Marshal Bill. I have to. I don't care. It's not a movie. I broke the books here. I didn't go with a movie.
In living color.
But Fire Marshal Bill in living color to this day, hilarious. Like my friend today had never seen Fire Marshal Bill, so I showed him Fire Marshal Bill, the one who was in the hospital. For those of you who don't know Fire Marshal Bill, he shows up, he causes chaos, and he does a lot of dumb shit and hurts himself in the process, while making jokes about what could happen.
He showed you what you're not supposed to do and what will happen if you do said things.
Say, like, you get a phone call and you go to pick up the phone, and instead you decide to answer. Yeah. And then, okay, so if you go back and watch the hospital one, I don't know if you guys have done it, but he completely, utterly takes a shot at God, what's the name of the show? I just had it.
In living color?
No, not the other one.
Mad TV?
Nope.
The hospital show?
No, he's joking about
Hospital.
Different Strokes, I think it is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He literally says, "You've got more issues than the kids on Different Strokes."
Oh wow. It's been like literally I have not thought about Fire Marshal Bill until you brought him up. So it's been a while since I've watched it. You know, I need to get a In Living Color box set. Now that I think about
Fire Marshal Bill Burns.
Of course you have it. Of course you fucking.
If I remember correctly, it's on HBO Max.
All right, guys. Good night.
It's so good.
I'm gonna say this: as good as Fire Marshal Bill is, which Fire Marshal Bill is amazing, and I loved it. Still, I think one of his best skits was when he impersonated Vanilla Ice. My grandmother made me this.
What was the name? Was it Olga?
Yes.
The workout
bodybuilding
yes.
chick?
Yeah.
Yo, he had
got
some
little
great
pigtails on.
And dare I say he's one of the most successful people to come out of In Living Color, which is like one of, not the one of. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said yeah.
I didn't attack you. I'm just correcting. That's all. I was making sure.
How are we measuring success here? Let's just be real.
Well, I don't
count. We're talking
it.
about money made off films. I think he's probably the most successful. I think he's probably made the most off films.
Kieran Ivory Wayans had a lot of success.
Oh, and don't get me wrong.
Damon Wayans had a lot of success.
Mm-hmm.
The Wayans brothers with Scary Movie 1 and 2, maybe not 3, 4, and 5.
I'm gonna throw 3 in there too.
Hollywood stole that from them.
Actually, they weren't involved after 2, right?
I think they were. They were involved.
They weren't involved after 2. I don't.
Were they?
No, they ended on 2.
Well, then you have what is it? Damon's now on New Girl with Zooey Deschanel.
Did they cancel that? I thought they canceled that. Yeah, I thought that was over.
That's
yeah.
Well, my point is,
that's not Damon. That's his son. That's his son. That's on there.
Was it?
Damon Wayans' son. Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah, he was on Let's Be Cops.
He's done a lot, but I mean the Wayans are everywhere. They are one of the most successful families in Hollywood. So
Oh yeah, I'm not knocking it. I just like the young Wayans brothers were definitely not as popular
Sean and Marlon.
Damon and as the dad and the older brother.
They're all brothers. So it's Keenan, it's Marlon, then it's Sean and Damon. Yes. Did I say no?
Keenan, Marlon, Sean,
Marlon. Yes. So those 4 and then the sister, but most of them have children now who are actually in the fields. I think Damon Wayans' son is the only one that's acting. The other ones are either producing or directing. So I could be wrong. So bear with me. But probably why SNL had him do a certain.
I'll be real though, Damon Wayans.
I don't know what that word is.
In Major Pain. Everyone gave that film so much shit, but Major Pain was hilarious.
Your time to shine, Dragon.
Yes, that was my favorite movie. Yes, that was an awesome movie. And we've already had that conversation, and if we get into that conversation, we're going to be here for a very long time. So
We're not.
Next week, Christmas in July.
Do you guys want to? I mean, do you guys want to do Christmas in July? I just said it
Yeah.
offhandedly. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
I'll
want
do
to
it.
do it, we can.
But
Our
I-
favorite Christmas movies.
it makes sense. You know, it is a theme that people do say.
And it's the last week of July, pretty much. So we kind of would have to do it if we're going to do it in July.
Is it last week? What's
I think
today?
it
We still
is.
got another week.
No, it's not. There's one more week after that.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, my bad.
So the
my bad.
26th is the last week in July.
Ah. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. 19th, July 19th, we're going to talk about our favorite Christmas movies. We'll
And
find
and the week after that, didn't we?
Robin Williams.
Yes, there we go.
Oh man.
Robin Williams.
Oh man.
We'll talk
you
about
guys
it.
gotta do
Patrice Smith, you cannot boycott that movie because that movie has got us where we're at now. So be quiet.
Anyway, so I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves here and enjoyed us. We always strive to bring you great content and great conversation as we do every week. Gentlemen, if you will, go around the panel and let everybody know where they can find you. Starting with our guest, potential new roomie here. You go first, sir.
You can find me at Twitch TV, RO_Nemesis, or on Facebook at RO Nemesis Gaming. And you can also find me every Wednesday on our Daywalkers podcast, and now moving in on Monday at Snack and Flick.
Drew, smile. Smile, Drew. He's so mad. He's so mad. Drew, tell people where they can find you.
Not mad. Me? You want me to go now? All right. Well, you can find me here on Mondays, Snack and Flick, at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. You can also find me on Tuesdays on the Horrific Network on the Campfire Chronicles, which I believe we have 2 more episodes before the season break. And you can also find me here on Wednesdays on the Daywalkers. We're having a family reunion show, apparently.
We don't know.
Permanently.
We got to talk after the show. Dragon, let them know.
You know, your boy Dragon Chills here. You can catch me on Facebook. You can catch me on YouTube, Twitch,
Put that down. Put that down.
Instagram. You can catch me on all social medias on as Dragon Chills. So
All right. And as always, it's your boy Trey Proper. You can find me on Snag and Flick. You can find me on Kickazoid. You can find me on The Daywalkers. You can find me on Blurs and Whiskey. You can find Trey Proper everywhere you're looking for the name. And I'm easy to find. So yeah, 4-show phenom. I ain't taking no breaks, Drew. I'm going to keep going. Let's do this. Thank you for joining us here. We'll catch you guys next week. And we sign it off. Peace.
That's a wrap.